Welcome everyone to Real Talk. I'm Christy. I am the founder of For Real, and I'm a confused shopper in a world of clean, better, good, better, gooder for you. This podcast is figuring out in real time about testing products, asking questions, talking to founders. We don't need a research team. This is just real life. Let's get into it. All right, today we're talking about deodorant. And unfortunately, in the society we live in right now, deodorant is not optional. We must have it. We must buy it. We must sit in the aisle and contemplate all the choices that the world has for us. And honestly, it's super confusing for me. And I know if it's confusing for me, it's got to be confusing for you. So I sit in the aisles and I think, okay, what am I going to give up, right? Because I still haven't found the one. In my cabinet, I have 8 deodorants for myself. For myself. That doesn't include all the deodorants the kids are using or my husband is using, and it's deodorant overload. But in my defense, there isn't a perfect product. And also they're really expensive, which is a whole nother talk. So let's go back to the deodorant aisle. It sends me into a full-on spiral, right? Because I'm asking myself, what are the chemicals in here? This packaging looks good. Is it legit? Is this really eco-friendly? Is this clean? Is this fake clean? Is the product going to survive in the Florida heat? Really is what I'm thinking, because being outside in Florida at the right time of year, it is hot. You're sweating in places you shouldn't be sweating. And you just can't stink. So anywho, that's always a question of mine. Is this going to survive the Florida heat? And also something that's near and dear to my heart is, who owns this product? I don't know. I don't know about you, but the whole reason I started this was so that I could support small businesses and people doing the right things, trying to get the right ingredients that actually work, worried about packaging. And I want to spend my dollars supporting families, real people, humans who are creating products for the betterment of themselves. I'm sure that was a problem for them. So I look to them to be the experts. And I get so disheartened these days when I think I'm buying a product that is, it has a good story, it looks good on the shelf, the chemicals are right, or, the ingredients are right. And then I come to find out it's owned by one of those huge conglomerates. It drives me insane. And it's super frustrating. So today we're tackling deodorant. Tomorrow, we're going to do them all. Laundry detergent, shampoo, conditioner. Don't even get me started about food. But we will. We will do that too. So, like I said, I own 8 deodorants. 8 deodorants. And I only have 2 armpits. So, it's clear to me that I haven't found the one. I've tried everything too. And it's not for lack of trying, because I've tried it all. The name brands, I've done the Crystal Rock. Have any of you guys done that? Yeah. So the Crystal Rock was this, it was like a crystal inside of a plastic tube, and you wiped it under your arms. And I wanted to believe in it so bad, because I was like, oh, this is going to work. It doesn't work. For me, it didn't. Okay. I'm sure there's people out there that will, but if you're perimenopausal and you got the hormones pumping, the crystal's not going to do it. Now, patchouli, I like the smell of patchouli, and it does mask the odor, I believe. The husband, no. If he smells patchouli, even when we're out, he dies. Like, he hates that smell. So that's out. And other essential oils, I've tried those too. So the lemon, the citrus, the combinations, I've made roller balls. That doesn't work either. And I did for a time send my husband into trauma by making my own deodorant for a while, and it gave me a horrible rash. So I found out I am highly allergic to baking soda. So that was a huge fail. And honestly, after that, I went back to Degree. I did. Degree works. I did. After I made my own deodorant, my husband had had enough and he went out and he bought all of us Degree and he was like, "That's it. We're done." Anyway, so that's basically the story. And then, well, and then what happened after that, kids? So we go back to using Degree. I'm using it for I don't even know how long, but we're using Degree and I start getting these lumps under my arms and it felt like a clogged milk duct. So if you know, you know, but it was painful and they were full and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Of course my brain went to I try not to Google things, but of course I did. So I went to Google and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" I went to my doctor, I had an ultrasound, and she was like, "What are you using for deodorant?" And I told her, and she was like, "Yeah, so why don't we try switching that up?" Right? And I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Let's try something a little more natural." And I'm like, "Ah, okay, let's go back down that road." Um, so back to the deodorant wall. All right. So I'm standing in this aisle and I'm seeing all these buzzwords, clean, natural, non-toxic, clinical strength, approved by all the entities. It's overwhelming and I don't know what to believe. And it doesn't just happen at the grocery store. I mean, I've bought stuff off of Instagram and Amazon and late night scrolling, please, somebody give me something that works. The point here is, right? I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I've dealt with in my life trying to find the right deodorant. I'm still testing, I'm still rotating. I'm just showing you what's actually in my bathroom. There's no brand deals here, there's no curated shelf. This is real. This is what's in my bathroom cabinet. All right. So we're gonna do a review of all of them because along the way I've found things that work, that don't work. I kind of have a system in place. And so let's just really talk about what goes in it. So first up is native. Uh yeah, this is one of those ones where I was like, yes, this should be the answer, right? But it fails in the heat. It's got a musty after smell. And you know what? It's owned by P&G. It is. I thought it was small business. I thought it was like a founder story sitch, but it's not. So, yeah, it doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for you. I don't know. Let's see. We got Hello Deodorant. Man, standing in the aisle. This one got me with the branding. Earth tones, the whole thing. This is another one. It's good until about noon, and then it goes down fast. I don't like the texture of this one. Definitely doesn't stand up in the Florida heat. This one is also owned by a conglomerate, Colgate. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Tom's. Okay, all right. Now, I have to level with you right now. I ran out of my favorite deodorant at the moment, and I'm currently using this because I'm like, I have all these deodorants. I should probably use them and just not pitch them. So I'm doing this weird layering thing with deodorants now, but this one's okay. This one's okay, right? So it doesn't last all day. I like that it's all recycled packaging. It's a certified B Corp. But like I said, I have to layer it. Tom's is owned by Unilever, so that is another conglomerate that, the packaging is good. But again, the whole thing about For Real is to try to find founders. Like I said, Degree, it's good in a pinch, it's dependable, you know. Uh, but I do find that the ingredients are not. I don't want a deodorant with aluminum. I'll be honest with you, and it stains really bad. So, I don't love that. Let's go to the secret spray. secret. Okay, so my favorite deodorant right now, which I'll get to a little later, is the Lumi spray, the new Lumi spray. Love it. But I don't know why I was out of it or the store didn't have it and I really wanted to spray because I was going to an event. And so I got this as a backup option. And to be honest, it stings after shaving. I don't love the smell. I think it smells kind of like you've been drinking alcohol because there is alcohol in here. And because of that, I don't love that I'm inhaling it, you know? So, but it works in a pinch. It's okay. I also have a Dove spray I keep in my backpack. This is the sucker that works. I'll be honest. It works. It's a dry spray. I spray it on in the Florida heat and it will get me through the rest of the day. It's gentle on my skin, which I like, and it's reliable, but again, it's aluminum and I'm inhaling the stuff and the spray concern, the packaging. Ugh, hate the packaging. Now on to Lumi. This is a cream. I have two different ones. I have the cream. I'm out of the spray right now, which is why I'm using Tom's and all the other layering options. But this is my favorite brand of the moment. This is a founder. This is not owned by a conglomerate. You know, the spray is easy. It holds up. I like their ingredient approach. You know, it's not masking smells or telling you they're balancing you. They're actually attacking the bacteria. I like the science behind it. She's actually a dermatologist. No, she's an OB. Hello, the smells, perimenopausal, raise your hand. Okay, so I trust it. She's really trying to do the right thing, and I like that. And funny story about her, the founder of Lumi, she actually tried to sell it to the big brands and they rejected her, which I kind of love because she ended up doing it on her own and launching it on her own. So this is 100% owned by a person, not a conglomerate. It's founder led. Yeah, I love it. The issue I have though is the plastic. I don't know what she can do about it. She's got options in paper tubes, you know, but that's the stick, and I'm really a fan of I am really, really a fan of the spray, which is not good either, the packaging, like, let's get over yourself. But hey, it's not for not trying, okay? I'm just telling you. I like the ingredients, I like her story, I like to support those kind of businesses. So for me, my number one is the Lumi spray, which I'm out of. Hey, but if you wanna send me some, like, you know, please. Also with the sprayer right now, I know it's a new product for her, but the spray, the last 2 cans have done this weird thing where the sprayer breaks and you don't actually get the rest of the can, which I hope she fixes. I've seen a couple of reviews online of people having the same issue, but it doesn't stop me from buying it because, like I said, the ingredients, the science, who I'm supporting, check, check, check. So I dig it. And here are my final thoughts of all my deodorants. I mean, it's ridiculous. Don't you think? It's ridiculous. I mean, what are we even doing here? Why? Why? Ah! The trade-off is this, right? You have to find what works. For me right now, I'm doing this crazy layering thing, which I hate. And ends up that my trade-off is I would rather support a small founder, you know, small brand that works than support a big conglomerate. That's where I want my dollars to go. That's what's important to me. And of course, I would like greener packaging, but we can't have it all. Or maybe we can. Maybe she'll hear this and go, "Oh, yes, let's do that." Anywho, that's where I've landed for now. So if you have any recommendations or things I could try, please let me know. I am totally open. I'm still testing, obviously. And if you like what you hear here, hey, please follow me on Substack and my socials. And this is available on Spotify and Amazon. See you on the next one. Thanks, guys.